What's up guys, Dan Cohan here, businessman and real estate investor, here to show you how to make pretty accurate sales predictions or goals for your business. So guys, if you're excited to get into this, why don't you go ahead and hit the like button down below if you're super excited to learn how to set targets for your business when you want to grow. So it's actually pretty simple. I'm going to try to put some stuff here on the screen to kind of illustrate what I'm talking about with some examples while I go through this process. And this is something I've just learned recently that we've actually implemented into our e-commerce physical products business that I am a part of. And it's actually really helped us to set some, firm, based in reality goals for growth. And, if you're on this channel, you're probably looking to grow your business and you're probably looking to, figure out how to, make reasonable but high targets so that way you can have something that you can sell to your team and yourself in order to hit. And so the strategy that we're going to employ here today is actually a 3-part plan. We're actually going to set 3 targets, and this is actually going to work, for a whole year and actually month by month that will be, relative to your actual monthly sales. So for example, if your business has like cycles or something like that, in our business, we have kind of a down cycle in the summer. We have an up trend in the winter, when it's like the holidays and stuff, Black Friday, things like that. And this system actually accounts for those dips and valleys and things like that as well. What you're gonna do is you're gonna set 3 targets. Now, how you're gonna get to those targets, it's not necessarily gonna work if you have like no business right now and you really have no baseline of what you're trying to grow and or what your sales could be. But if you've been in business for probably at least a year, this is probably gonna work for you. Okay guys, the first thing we're gonna do to get our low target for predicting the next year's sales is actually take our top 3 months from last year, the top 3 revenue months of last year. You're gonna add all of those 3 together and then divide it by 3 to get the average of those top 3 months, okay? Now, you're gonna take that number, which is the average of your top 3 months, and you're gonna multiply that number by 12, okay? And so that is gonna be your sales target for the next year, for your low target. Okay, so to give you an example of that, it would look like this. Say you had a $11,000 month, a $10,000 month, and a $9,000 month. If you added those up, divided by 3 is $10,000. Then you multiply that times 12 is $120,000. So your goal for next year is $120,000 as a low target. So now we're gonna get target number 2. So target number 2 is super simple. You're just gonna take your top month for the last year and you're gonna multiply that times 12. So in this same example, we had an $11,000 month as our top month for the year. We're gonna multiply that times 12. And that is gonna get us $132,000, and that's your yearly target, okay? So now we've got a $120,000 low target, we've got a $132,000 mid target, and the last target to get your high target is gonna be the same process. So you're gonna take your top month, multiply it by 12, and then you're gonna add a factor to it, okay? Now, this is kind of where you have to, kind of play with the numbers a little bit to see what is realistic for your business or what you think you have a, reasonably likely chance of achieving. And so for our business, probably a good benchmark for you would be 25%. So we're gonna take that 11,000 times 12 is 132, and then we're gonna multiply that by 25%. $165,000 for your high target. So we have a $120,000 low target, a $132,000 mid target, and now we have a stretch $165,000 high target, right? And so those are going to give you 3 different targets, and this is important. It's important to have 3 different targets because you can have your own goals as the business owner or the guy running the show, but you also need to have goals that you can sell to your team, right? That your team has to, I've been in business for not a super long time, but we've been very successful in my short 3.5 years of business, and I'm growing a team right now, and I can tell you that it's one thing to have goals, but you also need to be able to sell your team on those goals, and your team has to be consistently winning in order to stay engaged. So this is a way for you to win and still grow, and even if you have maybe like an off month from the best ideal target, you're still gonna have a win because you're still hitting that low and that mid goal, even if you're not hitting that high goal, and that's gonna give your team a sense of achievement and it's going to keep them pushing forward, until you're going to achieve that exponential growth and then get to the goals that you really want to achieve, those really stretched goals. And with that goal, if you have a some kind of like a sales cycle, like if your business is seasonal and maybe your best month is like an anomaly or only happens in a certain period of time, that's okay. So what you're gonna do is, if you take all the month sales from the past months and for the past year, and you take the average and then you divide each month by the average, then you're gonna get a multiplier for each month. So, what it's going to do is you're going to take your goal and you're going to apply it over each month realistically to where that month's going to achieve. So your higher months are going to have a higher number that you're going to hit, and then for your lower months, it's going to have a lower set of numbers that you're going to hit for those lower months, guys. Because not every month, most businesses are not just like a straight linear graph. Every single month your sales are going up, down, level. It's usually more like a little bit of a hilly ride each month. Unfortunately, it's not super consistent for most businesses. So that's how you're gonna take your 1 year goal, your 3 goals, and stretch them and apply them to each month, because it's unrealistic if you're in like a down season. Like for example in real estate, obviously the summers are very much more active than the winters, and it's difficult to try to have a better month in the winter than it is in the summer, right? So that's how you're going to apply those goals individually for each month, each set of goals, right? That's how you're going to do it. So guys, I hope you liked that. If you did, please hit the like button and the subscribe down below. This has really helped our business predict, especially we're doing a lot of inventory planning. We're doing a lot of hiring planning, and having these very firm, very grounded in reality sales predictions for every month is really going to help us to make those predictions, make those hires, buy that inventory, and I think it's going to help you too. Please hit the like button and subscribe for more business and real estate content. Check out my other videos, and I will see you in the next chapter.